The records, I'm Nicholas Kinyua Muuna Josephat, representing the people of Nyakist. And may it be known expressly that from the onset, I'm supporting this motion. But before I table my comprehensive contribution, Mr. Speaker, I would like to take you back to the 18th century, in a time where there was a great period referred to as the period of enlightenment by historians. Others prefer to call it the age of reason. It was a period in which in continental Europe, people chose to deviate from the customs and traditions that bound them, and they chose to experiment on ideas. They chose to think. They chose to reason. And as a result, that society was greatly emancipated from mediocrity. It was a period that gave modernity a room. It is a period that gave us science greats like Sir Isaac Newton, he of the laws of motion in physics, as well as René Descartes, he of the Cartesian plane in mathematics, as well as Charles Baron, who is the father of the doctrine of separation of powers. It is a period that we can't ignore because today, as an assembly, we have been called upon to think and to reason on behalf of the people who sent us here. We are here to give them a direction on what is ailing our great county. And Mr. Speaker, what is happening in our county today is a mockery of the quinquennial event that we call a general election. People vote sometimes to choose the best, but at times they choose the worst. But the framers of the Constitution that we have today were very wise because they gave us a leeway of correcting the mess whenever it was. And this is what this Honorable Assembly is bound to do and will ultimately do. Mr. Speaker, one resident of this county, Mwalimu Morris Giteyen Toakwalo, has continually described this county as Miss Kenya of Kenyan counties because it's a beautiful county. But on the opposite, we are witnessing our county being in the news for the wrong reasons. You are ashamed to walk in the streets of any part of this country and call yourself a Meru. But today we want to reclaim that glory by putting our interests as a county where they are supposed to be and to rise above again and being described as a beautiful county. We are saying never again, never shall we have this county being hanged by the string of a guitar. We are very passionate about this county, Mr. Speaker. But we have been put in the news even for the flimsy reasons of a musical instrument that is being misused at the expense of elected leaders in this assembly, in the National Assembly, in the Senate, who are supposed to be giving directions on where we are heading as a county. We have a county supremo, a CEO, who chooses disunity over unity, who chooses disharmony over harmony, who chooses disrespect over respect. And Mr. Speaker, unless something is done, and this honorable house will do it, we are on the wrong path as a county. Mr. Speaker, finally, this county is mentioned in tandem with heroes. It is the home of Musa Mwariama. It is the home of Baimungento Marete. It is the home of Ntaiwa Nkuraru, and other liberation heroes who chose to lay their life so that we get what we have today. But this is not mentioned. It is the quarrels that come with the flimsy ones, like kaende, kabati, some slogans that should not come out of a person in the capacity of a governor of this county. As I conclude, Mr. Speaker, I want to urge this honorable house to do the needful, and that is to impeach the governor of this county, Honorable Kawira Mwangaza. Without much ado, I do support.
Thank you, Honorable Josephat Muuna. I can see the majority, his hands is up, and one of members is the most senior member in the assembly. And when his hand is up, we cannot